Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we have another combo request by Juicy7659 for the ASU-57 and the Pe-8. Now there's a specific request for the Pe-8 which I've been asked for, and I'm sure you can all guess, but we'll get to that. So as per usual, in the description below there'll be usual links. There'll be the Discord, the TikTok and the Patreon should you wish to support the channel. And of course, special shout out to my Patreon members Boss Nass and Ramraj for supporting the channel via Patreon. So, the ASU-57. I don't particularly mind this vehicle now. I used to hate it, because, you know, it seems like even if you play the smallest vehicle and you put bushes on it, you always get seen, but when you're trying to spot the little buggers, it's like trying to spot a needle in a haystack. But no, generally, the ASU is not a bad little vehicle. Obviously, it's very fragile. It only has 4 to 6 millimeters of armor in most places. Obviously, it does have 15 around the gun mantlet area, but no one ever shoots that. And well, we do get a punchy little 57mm cannon, which does actually get APHE. It's not great APHE, but it's good enough APHE. Obviously, we also get HE, and we do get an APCR round, but there's literally no point. It only pens 4 more than the APCBC round. And, well, you don't use the stock round once you unlock the upgraded round with the explosive content. But, obviously, I've covered the ASU before. I haven't really done the Pe-8. And, well, I've been specifically asked for the 5,000 kilogram bomb. Hopefully we don't team kill someone in this video. I'm kind of hoping to avoid that. But if it happens, it happens. You know, like, we're not deliberately going out our way, dropping it on, like, 8 friendlies and stuff like that. You know, we're actually trying to, like, bomb the enemy team, which could be pretty useful. Like, we could always cap rush in the ASU, jump in this, drop a nuke, and then, you know, go from there. But no, honestly, like, having a Pe-8 in your lineup is all well and good, but it's about using it properly. You know, you don't want to go and drop it on a place where you know teammates are. You want to kind of, like, find a cluster of enemies and then drop the bomb. But obviously, we're going to have to use the bomb site to identify that. And to be honest, it's pretty easy to do anyway. But the amount of times I see Pe-8 pilots just nuke friendlies when they could have avoided it is quite disappointing. Especially if they're going to get like 1 or 2 kills for it. But I digress. Obviously, defensive coverage is pretty solid. You know, 20mm Shavak cannons. We've got 12.7s down here. We've got twin 7.62 Shakas here as well. It's pretty easy to take out a Pe-8, but obviously it can put up a fight if you do approach from the wrong angle. It also has a 20mm in the tail turret, which is also pretty useful. But obviously, mainly, the ASU is going to be pulling its weight, which this little guy is pretty useful, and like I said, it is a pretty good vehicle. And, you know, it's decently mobile as well. 55 horsepower, 3.3 tons. It's decently mobile, like I said. And, you know, we've got a punchy gun, as I said. You know, like, we have a lot of things going for us. Then obviously we have the big nuke of the Pe-8, so that's at least something. But anyway, let's get into a match, see how we do. And welcome to the match. We're on Fire Arc today, also known as Kursk, because I don't call it Fire Arc anymore, I call it Kursk. I've always called it Kursk, to be fair. This is not actually a bad map for us, you know, we're decent, we're small. We're easily able to do stuff. We can scout in this thing. You know, we have a lot of options. Like, we do have genuinely quite a few options for us to do. You know, like, we can scout. We can obviously do stuff. We can take out enemy vehicles. You know, we have that option. And like I said, we're pretty well hidden in this little area here. That looks like a KV2 or a KV1C, so we need to be careful of that. Obviously, I'm not taking any shots here because we're actually using the cover of this little, I would say, old warehouse. Okay, nice. Okay. There's something very close to us. He's down. Nice. Yeah, there's something very close to us. BK. Danger close. We're just going to wait here and do some scouting, you know. We don't have to rush. Like I say, because this VK's pushing, he probably won't see us. And he didn't. See, the ASU is a vehicle that you can either go aggressive with it and die quickly, or you can play it smart like I'm doing and rack up some points. Like I said, we have pretty much inbuilt cover thanks to this terrain. I'm not sure what that vehicle is though. Oh, I know what that is. That's the Jagdpanzer 4, the premium one. Bounced. Nice, he's down. He didn't know where we were shooting from. It's important to know good cover spots, I will say. Okay. I've just heard the gunfire from the right. Let's turn around because there's a concept near our spawn. There. Hello, mate. I bet you didn't expect that. Oh, this team is being slaughtered, man. But this would be a great time for the, Oh, there's a Puma rushing us. Hold on. Oh, I couldn't scout it. It's unfortunate. Wait here a minute. I can hear him. Be nice and careful. We don't need to rush. He's shooting through the warehouse. Hold on. Who's gonna bet it's the VK player from earlier? I can hear something else as well. I'm hoping they don't destroy my cover. Obviously, this is not solid cover. That's something to consider. It is not solid cover. So they can shoot through this. I've just seen him there. Something's pushing left. He knows I'm here, look. Got his gunner? Okay, he's dead. He knows I'm here. Yeah, nice try. Unfortunately, that Panzer IV's ran over most of my cover. There's something over here. I'm going to have to leave the safety in my cover and go and deal with this enemy tank. Nice. He's down. Yeah, my team is just completely gone, folks. And yep, here comes the planes. We're okay. Hold on. VK. Drive transmission. Come on. Load, 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 load. Load, 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 load. That's a fucking tiger. I can't get the gun reloaded in time. The Panther's going to shoot me. I should have shot the Panther, but I'd have died to the tiger if I did that. Alright, ladies. It is time for the tactical nuke. Whether we're going to get it off is another thing entirely. But here we go. Yeah, this team is completely dead. We should be able to get the bomb off in time, but, well, you know, this team is just completely gone. I mean, like I said, I did pretty well. 4 kills, 5 assists, you know, like, I didn't just, you know, go for kills and everything. Like, I played it smart, you know. At least had that luxury of, like, playing it smart. But no. I'm going to drop right where that smoke is, because I think that's where we're going to see a few of them. I could also drop where that ping is now. Because I do see a couple there. I can hear something pitching up. Oh, no, it's friendly. I think, to be honest, folks, I'm just going to drop it right where that smoke is. Like I said I would. Right there. That'll do. And, well, for the content, we will watch the bomb fall. I don't think we're going to get many kills with it, but, well, what do you expect? Just a hit! My goodness, that's the problem with using this sort of vehicle is... Well, I got assist at least, that's something. There's a few planes, so I'm going to actually come down and try and deal with some. But no, genuinely, like, this plane's all well and good, but, like, if you don't have an area where you can, like, consistently drop the bomb and everything like that, you kind of just, you know, you don't really do a lot with it. That's the problem with the Pe-8. Like, it's all well and good having this luxury of, you know, doing that, but... Got some hits. I mean, at the very least, we did get to drop it, but we just didn't do a lot with it. That's the only thing. But, well, unfortunately, folks, that's the way of the game sometimes. Okay, I don't want to hit friendlies, so I've got to be careful. I love how he's still, like, that AA is shooting at me like I'm the high priority threat. When, you know, I don't have a bomb. I just saw that Jackson fire. Hold on. I could actually shoot at that. Where is he? There he is. I'll take it. Well, at the very least, get an assist. That's an EBR. But hey, we at least got to do something, you know, like, we're not just flying around doing nothing, we've at least helped the team out a little bit, but... The fuck is that XF5U? But no, that team was destined to fail. I dropped it where I thought it'd be best, but apparently not. I could have dropped it in the enemy spawn, but still. At least got a decent chunk towards my T-34-85 at the very least. I won't be reviewing that vehicle, just for anyone that's curious. I think it's 6-3, whilst it is balanced because of its Russian bullshitium. You know, it's really going to struggle most of the time. You know, like having a because I've tested it. It's basically a Sherman stabilizer. Having a stabilized T-34 is nice and all, but 0.4 of BR high, you have the T-44, which is just better. And to be honest, it has just better survivability and everything like that. You know, that frontal plate is nothing to mess with. But yeah. All I will say is this combo is very good. It's just I need a better map to actually make the Pe-8 work a bit. And to be fair, I could have probably dropped it in their spawn, but I wasn't necessarily to know if that was the correct call or not. And plus, with the munition shooting these days, you could just shoot the bomb out the sky, which, yeah. That's kind of why I took the risk that I did, and unfortunately didn't pay off. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed seeing the ASU-57 do some pretty good work, and the Pe-8 at least try and contribute. And I will see you next time.